Good evening, and thank you for coming to the June 5th, 2025 Town of Stockbridge Select Board meeting. So tonight on the agenda is, I'd like to move some items because we have guests on a hot evening. The reorganization of the board to the bottom so that we might get through the special hearing and the poll hearing.
I'd like to do the reorganization first.
Okay, Chuck, do you have an opinion?
It doesn't matter.
Okay, so it's that time of year to do the reorganization. So Chuck, do you want to be chair?
No.
Patrick, do you want to be chair?
It's my turn to be chair.
It's not your turn. We don't have it in the bylaws or charter. It is something we have been practicing for a bit, but it is not written down anywhere. And I would like, I had 6 months to do because of, it was a choice, but I was thinking that maybe I could,
What are you talking about, 6 months? The election was September 4th. It was May, the end of May to November.
no, Chuck did it for a year.
For 3 months. For 3 months, Jamie.
Okay, well, and I would like to continue as chair.
So in other words, it's you, because you decide to run for state rep, you get to take some of my time.
No.
And therefore, I would prefer for less time. Is that the idea?
I don't know. I'm just, we're reorganizing the board and we all get our opinion and we get to throw our hats in the ring.
Chuck, are we going to have this conversation? Because we can have it if you want, or you can just nominate me as chair. It's up to you. It's my turn.
Well, turns, I mean, they said turns aren't. No, 100%. I'm a little disturbed by the letter you sent. Pretty much telling us to vote for you.
It is the truck. I keep going. Sorry.
And going through when you're chair, what you got to do before the vote was even taken. I'm very disturbed with that because nothing says that we have to go in order. We have chairs before who've been 2, 3, 4 years in a row.
Usually it was a health issue.
No, there's other issues this
Give me an
in the
example.
past. And I really don't like being told how to vote. And if that's the way it's gonna start, then I don't know how the year's gonna go. I mean, it's kind of the first time that I've ever seen almost like a campaign go before the vote.
Well, Jamie went into,
Oh, go ahead.
Go ahead.
Jamie went into at least 2 town employees and announced a month ago that if she was won re-election, that she was going to try to keep me from getting the chair. All right. Now, I'm sorry, but you know what? It's kind of outrageous. Last I checked, first of all, I'm going to talk about me a little bit. I got 490 votes last time I ran, which is more by 40% than anyone has ever gotten. I got more votes than Jamie and Lisa combined. I got nearly as many votes as you two got combined. So first of all, I think kind of the town seems to at least sort of be behind me, even if this building isn't always. Second point I'll make is that being the chair and leadership is not about what I want, whether or not I ran for something and I lost 3 months. It's about what the people need. All right. And frankly, Jamie, I was really disappointed in the fact that you didn't protect the staff during the election. You know, our job is to protect the staff. And
What do you mean by that?
I don't know what you're talking about. And Patrick, I called Donna, our legal. You broke the open meeting law by your letter. And then Anita sent a letter.
What are you
Anita
talking about?
Schwerner, congratulating your chairmanship on Wednesday. This is Wednesday. We haven't even had the meeting or the vote. You publicly sent out letters saying your chair.
I did not.
And your agenda items. You did too. I have them in my phone. Chuck has them. The entire
It
planet
doesn't say
has.
that. It says, as is tradition, I expect to be nominated as chair tomorrow. It does not say I am the
Well, she
incoming.
read it and she said it was an open meeting law violation.
How
And
is
it's
it possibly
very
an open meeting law
disturbing.
violation
You
when it
can
went out to the
call her.
public? We're allowed to do
And she
communication.
sent them to Chuck and I on our select board and our personal emails. That was and I'm concerned of what might happen now during the year. And I'm sorry you feel that I wanted to take your chairmanship away. I might have said I would like 6 more months so I could have a year, because during my chairmanship, this period of time has been gobbled up by our special permit, which we have no control over, which is fine. And, but it would be nice to be able to have that practice and that experience. It had nothing to do with you personally.
It has everything to do with the person.
Hi.
Come on, Jamie,
It's my experience. It's my learning. It has nothing to do with you, Patrick.
there's a lot of what your needs are. The town has a tradition.
And-
We rotate the chair. I don't complain when you, 3 times in the last 3 months, you refuse to put actions I requested on the agenda. Chuck and I don't do that when we run the agenda. 3 times you did that, including 2 weeks ago, a week and a half ago, when I asked that we have the seasonal community folks in here.
I know, and
So
I
that-
asked them,
please don't interrupt me.
I spoke to them.
And yeah,
they
you
said,
did.
No, they're not.
And guess
ready.
what? They don't want to come in and because they don't want to come in. I would have demanded that they come in because
They are adults and they are intelligent people.
what
And
he
they-
told you we'll wait till the end of August and review the regulations they write. And so we are the largest seasonal community pre-designated. Instead of first calling me and saying, why do you want this? Because we're allowed to talk about agenda
I
items.
did call you back,
You
Patrick.
called me after I asked you why you asked Michael to take it off. You didn't call me before you called Tom. Tom Matusco, the head of
I
PRPC.
spoke to Michael Canales when you brought it up. Then I said, oh, I'm gonna see Tom at this meeting. I will ask him eyeball to eyeball because I'll have his attention. I'll get a true answer. And he said it's not ready. He would love to come.
Of course it's not ready. They're writing the regulations right now.
Exactly, so-
We had a chance to influence them.
Are you gonna scream at us?
Yeah.
Oh,
Well, they're
good.
gonna have their open meetings that we're gonna be invited to.
Were you invited last Friday when they had one, 2 Fridays ago? I know I wasn't.
So I'm sure they're all open to the public.
They are open.
They don't announce them. I called Tom too, by the way. They don't announce them because they don't want public feedback. I was wondering why we didn't get invited in as the largest seasonal community designated in the Berkshires. I was wondering why we didn't get invited in. They had a meeting 2 Fridays ago. I think we should kind of hold, BRPC works for us, not the other way around. And I thought maybe we should hold their feet to the fire. Because you know what? Depending on how they write the regulations, there might be a benefit to us. Otherwise, there won't be.
All 7 other towns didn't put it on their warrant. The towns in Cape
I'm not
Cod
talking
did
about the
not.
warrant. I'm
Didn't
talking about the
put it on their
regulations.
town warrant for the seasonal designations. Also, Cape Cod towns didn't put it on their town meeting warrants either. So everyone's holding until the regulations are written. But that aside, we need to decide the reorganization of the board without yelling and screaming and find the way through this. We have guests here ready to present, and we need to get a lot of work done.
Okay. So both of you are putting your hat in the rings. And I gotta do, I guess, what I feel is right for moving forward. Okay, I would, I think for the good of the town and working together.
Not good, Jamie and Chucky,
That
not
would make-
good.
No, it's not public comment.
But thanks anyway, Anne.
Why isn't there?
Not good.
You can shut her off.
Why isn't there public comment?
This is a
This is a,
selectman decision.
Every decision is a selectman decision.
Chuck, do you want to be chair? You've been chair, you have a lot of experience.
If need be, I'll throw my hat in.
It's Patrick's turn to be chair.
Anne, shut up. Oh,
Okay, I got a year left. I feel like there's some agenda items we need to talk about. I laid out what those are. Nobody's surprised. If you don't want me here for next year, just let me know. But I'm expecting to be chair.
I gotta go, I'm sorry, but I'm gonna make a motion to make Jamie chair.
All right. I'll let you know if I'm coming back. You guys have a good day.
all right, so the public,
Leadership.
do we go on with the special permit?
You have to open it and
You're
continue.
gonna have to open them and continue to
Sorry about
make
that.
certain,
What do you mean?
because you can't make any decisions. You don't
Okay.
have.
You need three members.
Yeah.
Oh, we do.
All special permits are 2/3 majority, and because you're a 3-person board, you have to have 3 members.
So we just disrupted like everyone's life
No.
Yeah.
No,
or just the public hearings?
just a public hearing.
But can we do the alcohol licenses?
You can do the alcohol licenses, but the public
Sorry.
hearings are 2/3 majority. You have to open them, set them to a date certain,
Even the poll hearing?
and the poll hearing is,
Whole hearing
not
too,
100%.
but why don't we
on
be
the
safe?
poll
Can we
hearing,
vote in the poll hearing? And if it's not right, we'll let them know.
I'm gonna unmute Donald from National Grid.
No, I didn't walk out.
Sorry about that.
That's good. So,
That shows leadership.
Donald,
How you guys doing? I was just listening. I was just making sure, you guys need 3 board members to vote on a poll petition. Is that correct?
We're asking
I
you.
believe we do, because I believe,
There's
I am
a
not let me,
poll hearing.
you
It's not
can stay on for a little bit, Donald. I'm gonna go check.
poll hearing is
I
not,
don't
poll hearing is not a special permit. It's just a
Right,
permit.
I think we might be able to do that one. I do know,
We can't
I would
do that.
recommend,
This one,
You
can we
open
do
the
the
other one.
18th?
I would move it to the 20, that
Well,
we proposed
'cause
the
I'm-
schedule, Thursday, the 26th,
All right,
because the 19th is a holiday.
I know, but I didn't know if they needed an answer earlier
26, okay with you?
or the 18th, because the 19th is a holiday. It's that Juneteenth thing. Because I think the room's open the 18th.
Outrageous. It has always been rotated. And Jamie, I'm really disappointed with your action.
It has,
You know, you only won the election by 15 votes. That's
Did you need to speak to, with? Where is it? Lori,
David,
David,
is that okay with you, David and Lori, the 26th?
Lori,
They would prefer to do it tonight. That's,
Well, we can't. I'm
Yeah.
sorry, we can't do it tonight.
Lori's talking, but she's muted.
I know, because if I unmute her, the other,
Okay.
yeah.
You gotta get rid of
They're
it.
both muted now. Well, and don't we don't have choice, I guess. Lori texted me and said it's okay with her.
What day?
26th.
Okay,
Okay,
so we have to make a motion, open the hearing.
so ready, so,
Quickly, I tried to reach out to ITM and quickly looking up the poll hearing.
That's
We were
not, that's
doing
not a
the-
special permit, that's just a permit.
I think, right, and that's what I need to check as to whether or not,
but can I just make the motion
Yeah.
for the London family?
yes, I would
Okay,
take care of that, open
thank
it,
you. Close
set it to a date, and then
Close it.
set a date certain.
And then
That's it.
Yep.
Yep, and then we'll.
So I'll make a motion for the public hearing to consider the application for the property of the London Family Limited Partnership located at 19 Mackinac Road, to be changed to the June 26th, 6:30 PM here at Town Hall or Zoom, to be heard. I make a motion.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Hi, Chuck.
Aye, Jamie. So thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
So that goes to
Sorry.
June.
No, that's okay.
Can we start the alcohol ones?
The poll hearing is just a simple majority,
Oh, okay.
so we can move on.
Open it.
to the Poll hearing.
Okay. Poll hearing. I move that we open the hearing to consider the oh no, that's something different. I move that we opened the hearing to consider the petition of National Grid to install a pole on Prospect Hill Road. I have a second.
Second.
Roll call vote. Aye, Jamie.
Hi, Chuck.
All right.
And he's on somewhere, seen him.
The following procedures will be followed. Testimony will be limited to the issues directly related to the subject matter. 2, only one person will be permitted to speak at a time. 3, all discussion will go through the chair. D, arguments between parties will not be permitted. I ask the applicant to present. And if you could identify yourself and your address for the record, please. So this is the poll hearing, please.
He was up there.
He was
It's
there.
out there.
There he is. Donald?
Hello, I'm here.
Hi, how you doing?
I'm doing good.
So just kind of explain where these two poles are going and what they're for.
Yeah, it's actually one pole, what is it? Pole 1-50. Basically it's a mid-span pole to serve this new property on 38 Prospect Hill Road. They need a service, and we need a brand new clean pole for them to run their service from. So we're petitioning for pole 1-50 Prospect Hill Road.
Okay.
Do you have any questions?
No, I know exactly where it is and where it's going, and it's
Okay.
no issue.
Does anyone want to speak in favor? There's someone in the corner.
There's a hand up, Tom Fletcher, but I think you had it up before.
Oh,
So
okay.
unless it's,
He's left, Mike.
Okay,
oh, yes, all right,
thanks.
thank you.
Actually, I haven't, but okay.
Oh,
Oh, he's still there.
Does anyone want to speak in opposition of this poll? Seeing none,
Come here, Kobe, come here.
I move that we close the evidentiary portion of the hearing. and-
Anybody against?
I did, but no one
Okay,
raised their hand.
Okay, I didn't hear no.
I move we close the evidentiary portion of the hearing and move to the deliberation of the board. Do I have a second?
Second.
And all in favor? Roll call vote.
Hi, Chuck.
Hi, Jamie. Do you have anything you want?
Nope.
Okay.
Basic.
I move we approve without any conditions the poll on Prospect Hill. Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor, roll call
Hi,
vote.
Chuck.
Aye, Jamie. Should
vote to close the hearing.
okay, then I will close the public hearing to set a date.
That she was telling everybody.
Close. That's Anita.
Yeah. Must be doing it.
I did not tell
Yeah.
anyone.
I
How do they keep breaking through? I closed the public hearing. So good luck and thank you.
Thank you.
Next, what do we have? Whole hearing. Let's take action on the minutes from April 10th, April 24th, and May 8th.
Make a motion, we accept the minutes.
I make a second, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye, Chuck, aye, Jamie. Okay.
Announcement of the openings there.
All right.
Do the liquor license
Announce
first.
the annual opening.
Let's do the liquor license first, so we can get that, and then do.
Oh, that is,
Well, just to go right down them all.
okay. Take action on a one-day alcohol license for the Norman Rockwell Museum for a fundraiser on June 7th from 4 to 7 p.m.
And make a motion, we accept it.
And a second, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. We take action on a one-day alcohol license for Jonathan Gray for an event at Berkshire Botanical Gardens on June 7th.
Make a motion, we grant it.
And I second, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Take action on 13 one-day alcohol licenses for the Boston Symphony Orchestra for events under the, the Music Shed at Tanglewood on, thank you. June 20th, June 21st, June 27th, June 28th, June 29th, July 3rd, July 4th, July 8th, July 29th, August 28th, August 30th, August 31st, and September 5th.
I'll make a motion. Are this the one that's in the shed?
That's right.
How's that working out?
I'm sorry?
How's that working out?
It's been really, really successful.
Good,
Yeah, no issues.
good. And second, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
You're good.
Thank you very
Enjoy
much.
your season.
Have a good.
Thank you so much.
Take action on one-day alcohol licenses for Chesterwood Museum on June 6th, June 12th, June 19th, June 20th, and July 9th.
Make a motion, we grant it.
I second, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. To appoint Paul Sundberg and Ingrid Rabb to the Stockbridge Cultural Council.
I'll make a motion, we appoint them.
And second, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. So we're going to take action on the Arbor Day proclamation. This is from the Forestry and Agricultural Committee. Do we just read this, Michael?
Yep.
Okay. Arbor Day proclamation. Whereas in 1872, the Nebraska Board of Agriculture set aside a special day for the planting of trees, and whereas this holiday called Arbor Day was first observed with the planting of more than 1 million trees in Nebraska, and whereas Arbor Day is now observed throughout the nation and the world, and whereas trees can reduce the erosion of our precious topsoil by wind and water, cut heating and cooling costs, moderate the temperature, clean the air, produce life-giving oxygen, and provide habitat for wildlife. And whereas trees are a renewable resource, giving us paper, wood for our homes, fuel for our fires, and countless other wood products. And whereas trees in our community increase property values, enhance the economic vitality of business areas, and beautify our community. And whereas trees, wherever they are planted, are a source of joy and spiritual renewal. Now, therefore, we, the select board of our town of Stockbridge, do hereby proclaim June 5th, 2025 is Arbor Day in the town of Stockbridge, and I urge all citizens to celebrate Arbor Day to support efforts to protect our trees and woodlands. And further, we urge all citizens to plant trees to gladden the heart and promote the well-being of this and future generations. Dated this 5th day of June, 2025. All right.
And that's part of our whole forest. That'll change for the Agricultural Commission. We should have done our Arbor Day, but we need to do an annual proclamation. So
Okay.
that's just why, in case anybody's out there, why are they doing that today?
Okay, thank
You
you,
can
Michael.
officially do any day. but
Okay.
yeah.
Well, thank you for that clarification. All right, next, announce annual openings and renewals for boards and committee positions. So we have a list, and the Affordable Housing Trust, there are 3 members that are up for renewal. 1 must be a resident. Agricultural and Forestry, there are 2 members up. The Berkshire Regional Planning Delegate, there's 1. Berkshire Regional Transit Rep, Board of Registers, 1. Cable Advisory is up. Cemetery Commissions, there are 5. Community Preservation, there are 2. Conservation Commission, 2 members are up. Council on Aging, 1. Elderly and Disabled Tax Aid, 5 are up. Fountain Committee, 4. Green Committee, 5. Historic Preservation, 2. Historical Commission, 7. Campusa Bog, 5. Pilot Committee, 3. Stockbridge Bowl Stewardship, all. Zoning Board of Appeals, 1. And then there's others, Building Inspector Alternate, Gas Inspector, Plumbing Inspector, Wire Inspector, Tree Warden. So if you are interested,
Shouldn't have been,
what, did I miss one? Building,
oh, yeah,
gas.
true, yeah, that's right.
Um,
It's an appointment.
Yeah. Anything I missed?
do we need, do we need the fountain committee anymore?
Yeah, we still have the other one being
We do?
worked on.
Oh, okay,
Oh.
that's all together.
It's
Oh.
still in the process.
So let's back sitting there, or is that,
It's at, our person still being worked on, the horse trough.
I thought-
Fountain was finished, but there were 2 parts to it. Kate Connect, she's actually on, but there are
Kate?
2 parts for it. Kate,
I thought I seen something there. Is there something in the island now, or has that always been there?
I'm on mute. Oh, okay, you've taken the mute off.
Yeah, you are definitely off.
Hold on, let me just turn my phone off. Someone's calling me. Hold on. I think it's my brother.
Yeah.
Okay, hi, you guys. Good to see you all. Can you hear me?
Hi.
Is it too
Oh,
loud?
yeah. No, you're good.
The sound level's okay?
Mhm.
Okay, so what I just wanted to mention is that very sad for me and many others in town is that Gigi Kingston passed away this winter. So
Oh,
we were a 4-member committee, but at this point, I would recommend just leaving it at a 3-member committee. That's Bob Jones, Carl Sprague, and me.
Okay,
So as Michael said, we're just wrapping up the watering trough, the horse trough. And
okay.
as soon as that is finished, and we just hope that Vern will finish it as soon as he possibly can, then yes, we can go ahead and disband the fountain committee.
okay. It did a really great job in the cat and dog fountain. It looks really nice.
Thank you, Chuck. I really appreciate it.
I see that every morning and it's really nice to look at.
Yeah, and I have a little bit more work to do, like some mulch around the fountain and everything, a little bit of hoeing and so on, but it's a work in progress. Thank you very
Yeah,
much.
you did a nice job. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, that's
Thanks.
really all I have. And thank you. So the date for the public hearing is the 26th, right?
Yes, 6:30.
Okay, thank you, Madam Chair.
All right, so now we have to discuss the revised summer meeting schedule. The 19th is a holiday. It's called Juneteenth. We also have the July 4th lands right on the Friday, so most people take the 3rd off for traveling. So the suggestions are, if it works for everyone, June 26th, July 10th, July 24th, and then August, we're back on schedule with the 7th and 21st.
I make most of myself those dates.
I second, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Michael, could you give us an update on the shared building department, please?
Yes, so, as was reported, we ended up having West Stockbridge back out of the shared building department.
Oh, right.
And as a result, worked with the other communities and we brought on Beckett in place of West Stockbridge. So that preserves the funding full and in place for the upcoming fiscal year. And then we'll revisit it next year. So I just wanted the board to be aware. We did have a hole in our budget because we had one less community. Their share wasn't included. We were debating on how do we reapportion things, whatever, but then Beckett stepped forward and we're glad to have them aboard. And we're all set to move on and everything's good as far as the shared building.
And so they just start paying whatever their share is when,
So they're gonna come in for this first year at the cost of West Stockbridge.
okay,
And then we will readjust according to the set schedule within the agreement of how we appropriate costs. But for this year, they get a discount actually, and they get at West Stockbridge
We're
rate.
getting the same amount of money
But it
back, so it doesn't cost us a penny more.
Doesn't cost us a penny more. So
Okay.
we appreciate them coming in and it allows us to continue.
No, I think that's a great thing, and like I said, eventually we gotta expand that to electrical and plumbing down the road.
Yeah, we'll look at what the possible expansion, we do
I know.
have to take a lesson learned from making sure that communities are prepared to move forward.
Yeah, let this
Yeah,
fall into place first, and then hopefully we can add on to it.
okay.
No, but I mean, I think that was the smartest move, because all we're doing is towns were taking, the building inspectors going in circles.
yeah.
Whoever paid more, they left.
Yeah.
So now we got them all locked in and the job's getting done. So
Right,
thank you for your work on that, and all the other towns.
thank you. And would you like to give us an update on the shared fire and EMS, please?
Yeah, so
Thanks.
West Stockbridge has signed the IMA and I had it in
Okay.
front of you guys this morning. So we've already agreed to do it. We just, final
Okay.
paperwork has been finished.
Okay.
So we have the two bridge years contracted between Stockbridge and West Stockbridge.
Okay.
You know, I don't want to count what happened with the building department. West Stockbridge has been great to work with on all those. It was just a hiccup. And we learned, well, I think we all learned a lesson on how to move forward that first year and be a little more cautious.
Okay,
Because obviously there's a two-step process when people first come on, and that is one, the select board, and then two, the town meeting. So you never know how things will turn out, but it's been going really well between Stockbridge and West Stockbridge so far this, over the last 6 months, Scott and Vinny have performed the duties for both towns under just them being paid as the chief and deputy chief. And that, but now we have the formal agreement moving forward from this point forward. So,
okay.
And we're
Everything's
hiring-
moving ahead.
How many hiring July 1st?
So we are prepared to move forward with 2 hiring, and we are also preparing a safer grant. So the grant came out and we are applying
Okay.
for 5 additional firefighters. If we were to receive it, they'd be funded for 4 years at the cost, at no cost to the towns.
And when is the grant due?
So the grant
About.
is due midsummer and
Okay.
then a later notification. We're gonna get 2 shots at this grant,
Oh,
before we're gonna have to commit to doing it without them.
I
But,
think being regional might give us a good,
well, that's what we're hoping. We've been using individual, AJ, who does a lot of grant writing and stuff to assist us with it. And we've already begun working on it, and we're gonna, we'll continue to plug away at it, see if we can get that funded that way. It would be a great way to jumpstart it. But if not, we have the 2 coming on and we're already working toward a solution. And a lot of other towns have been looking at this and.
A lot of them
and
going alone
are
and
stepping
hiring.
forward.
Yeah.
Yeah.
that's hard to do.
and will the 2 men or women, will they be in West Stockbridge or Stockbridge, or they can be in either? or
They'll be
how-
covering both.
Okay,
Yes, they will be covering both. So all paid employees will be covering both towns.
okay,
And then the volunteers will respond in just their own
their own
towns.
town, okay.
And unless it's a mutual aid call, like we would
Right.
normally go anyway. So, yep,
No, that's a great
Great.
move. That was a long time in coming.
yeah,
That was a lot of work.
it was.
Yeah.
It's still a lot
It
of
will
work.
still work.
Still got a lot of work to do.
Yeah, we still have to get, this is the fire component. And now over the next 2 years, we need to bring that EMS component
Yeah, that's the
also
biggest
in.
thing, and that's
And-
the most
Yeah.
important thing. I mean, fire is important, but EMS is.
Yes.
Really important because we have an aging population. Any other business?
We'll make a motion, we adjourn.
I make a motion, we adjourn.
Second,
All in favor?
aye.
Aye. Thank you for coming.